Hey, what's going on, Team Taurus? This is your boy Brandon with Wow Intuitive. I'll be doing an energy reading for you for the dates of July 9th through the 15th. I recorded this video earlier, but something happened and did not compute, so it was deleted, so I guess that one didn't count. So we're going to do it again. Let's go ahead and get into it, though. This is just going to be a simple energy reading to kind of help you and assist you not only throughout the next week, but also, hopefully throughout the next couple of weeks. We'll hopefully be able to take you in to next month. Focus is a little bit crazy right now. I apologize, but yeah, this is just going to be things to look out for, things to kind of look out for, not only in your immediate environment but within yourself as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, for Taurus, what advice do we have for the dates of July 9th through the 15th? What good advice do we have for that didn't take long at all. We'll take a couple of these. We won't take them all. Actually, you know what? We'll take them all. So the first card for you guys that came out, creativity. Now, it's one thing about my Tauruses out there. You guys are very creative individuals when you want to be. It's just about finding that avenue into it. And one way to get into that creative mode is to talk about doing it with like-minded individuals. All right, so let's be out there speaking with people who share the same ideals and views and beliefs as you. Okay, and let's talk about it as openly and honestly as we can, so that you get excited about these things and you get compassionate about them. See, but nope. I don't know if that's better, but yes, your creativity is also going to be your avenue into a lot of communication over the next couple of weeks. People are going to want to talk about what you're doing, or you're going to want to talk with somebody about what they're doing. So be open to that. Let that door swing wide open, because it's going to have a lot of good information for you, okay? All right. Our next card has to deal with the shackle. Actually, you know what? That's yellow, so I'm sorry. That's solar. That has to do with responsibility. And as you can see, the hands there, they're holding not only just the plant, but also the soil. So it's not just taking responsibility for holding the plant and keeping it safe, but also its foundation and what makes it grow. So let's take responsibility in this time right now, because a lot of people are going through a lot of chaotic energy events themselves, and as well as dealing with everybody else's external energies trying to, impede on what they've got going on or adding to it. But if we take responsibility for our actions, our choices, our words, it makes it so much easier to smooth it out if it gets rough, and to keep the flow going. So let's make sure we're taking responsibility for our actions, make sure we're making good sound choices, make sure that we're considering not only ourselves but those around us when we make our choices, and we'll come out just fine. Remember that you'll not only hold the flower, you hold the earth that makes it grow. Okay? Our next card has to deal with the root chakra, and that's family. So it's going to be important to keep the home as harmonious as possible. All right, you're going to want to make sure that you're maintaining relationships rather than burning bridges. All right, let's try to keep the love train going instead of stopping it all the time. It's your nest, like your family. Your home is one thing, but the family is the actual nest. Okay, that's what actually makes you feel comfortable in your home. All right, so let's pay attention to that. Let's keep nurturing the nest. All right, that's why that's on that card. You got to nurture the nest, okay, and teach them how to fly. Let's keep it going, Taurus. I like this feeling. I like this energy. Our next card up is sound. Communication is going to be really, really important. Using sound to your advantage is going to be really important. Finding songs that connect with what you're going through, or getting clarity bells, or chimes to help soothe your soul is going to be really helpful for you in this time where energies are really going crazy and kind of colliding and smashing into each other and causing eruptions. There's emotional eruptions happening out there right now. It's kind of crazy. So make sure that you're using sound to your advantage. If something isn't pleasant to the ear, then try to distance yourself away from it as much as possible or replace it with something else, okay? Our next card, the next thing that's going to be important for my Tauruses out there in the coming weeks is the mind, the third eye chakra. You're going to want to keep that window, that door, as wide as possible. You're going to want to see clearly. That way you can start not only seeing the world in new ways, but experiencing it in new ways as well. So let's make sure we're keeping that third eye clear. And the way we're going to do that is by using sound, by using our creativity, and nurturing our home situation, okay? But it also comes from getting meditative and finding your own ways into that meditative state to where you go internal to view the outside world, okay? And it'll become a natural switch in your non-meditative life as well, and keep your eye open even when you're not sitting there almond or whatever you choose to do. Like I try to tell people, to get into a meditative state, you can do anything. You don't have to sit still. And me myself, I like to do yoga, tai chi, anything I can to keep moving because I can't sit still. I'm a Taurus Gemini cusper, so I have all those energies kind of dumping into my vessel, but I enjoy it. But yeah, so it's about doing things that keep your mind sharp. All right, not only your body but your mind, and help have them working in unison together. Okay, and that's going to expand your third eye even further than it's maybe open right now. I'm pretty sure a lot of my Tauruses out there, you're not only these peepers, but this one is wide open, whether you know it or not. Okay, so let's start trying to acknowledge our new awareness, okay, and stay in that power. All right. Next card. This one's been popping up a lot in a lot of readings. Self-esteem. That's going to be important. There's going to be a lot of criticisms going around from different people. Some that you may care to hear and some that you may not care for at all. But listen to it all, consider it all, and get rid of what doesn't work and keep what does serve your higher purpose and your higher self. All right? But if you look at that picture, she's got those sunflowers around her, the field, the sun is shining, and that's all. That's all she needs to feel good and confident in herself. And who is she striking that pose for? None but the world around her, just for the world to enjoy her. And remember, that's what you're here for, is for the world to enjoy you. If you aren't bringing a pleasant vibe around, then you're not vibing high. You're actually very low on the scale, on the spectrum. So let's make sure we're keeping our self-esteem up. You guys are extremely powerful, so let's maintain that power and not let anybody chip away from our castle, okay? No bricks out of our castle, all right? You guys are beautiful. You know it. Taurians are, You know, so let's use that deliciousness to our advantage. And remember that we are delicious. All right. So, in the next week or so, we're going to be using creativity as much as possible. We're going to try to use sound to our advantage. Try to get into a meditative state if you're not already doing these things. Try to find your way in there. You know, it doesn't have to necessarily be the accepted norm for doing those things. Find your own way. Create your own path. That's what this whole era is about. Is about making your way the way you know how. All right. So we're going to pull one from the bottom of the deck and see what we got. Whew. Possessions. Let's be careful of what we're possessive over, but make sure you're taking stock of what you claim to own, okay? And let's not neglect the things that we do have. You know, you got to cherish everything, because it can all be taken away from you in any one given moment. And that can come in a good way, bad way, it doesn't matter. Sometimes people give up everything and lose everything. So let's make sure that we're keeping an eye on our possessions, but not being overly possessive. Because you can't be afraid to let go of anything, all right? Don't be afraid to let go of anything, Taurus, that does not benefit or serve you, okay? see here. So make sure you're keeping a nurturing eye on your family. Let's make sure that we're giving them a lot of love, because everybody kind of needs that right now. Even if it's not required of you, be the hero, all right? And love hard over these next weeks, these next months, until the end of the year if you can, until all these energies smooth out, because we just came out of a nice eclipse season, as well as cornucopia of retrogrades. So let's make sure that we're staying sharp and keeping our third eye, our mind chakra, nice and ready, okay? Thank you guys for hanging out with me for a bit today. I hope to be able to give you this content every week. If I happen to miss one every once in a while, it's because I was, sick or lazy or something. But I'll try to bring as much information to you guys and help out as much as I can. But thank you to your ancestors, your spiritual guides, for bringing to me. Thank you to my spiritual guides and ancestors and the universal creator for bringing us together. And let's keep rocking out, guys. Let's keep doing it. Love you, Tauruses. Namaste. Peace.